Hey guys, it's Dante with another Dante comedy tip. And today I am going to be giving one of my best tricks away for winning a contest or getting a standing ovation. Here's the trick, and it's not going to work for everybody, but if you do apply it and you do it right, it works. I have won every comedy contest I've ever entered because of this trick. I've won like 20 contests. I even won the funniest black comedian in LA contest, beating out some of the biggest names that you've seen on television now, because this was back in the 90s. So here's the trick. You need to see yourself in your own head as the best version of you. So here's how you do it. Let's say it's a 5-minute contest. You figure out your best 5-minute set, okay? Top to bottom. I want you to say that set over and over, 10 times, okay? Now I want you to lay on the bed, and you are going to see that set in your head one at a time. You're going to watch your 5-minute set. Just sit there and watch it. But start editing yourself. As you're seeing your own movie, hopefully you have a good imagination. I guess people have different brains and can't see what I'm talking about. But what I want you to see is, I want you to watch the movie of yourself on stage, doing the best show possible. Not the show you normally do where you talk like this, but the show that wins the contest, where you were the guy hitting it the hardest and you have the right energy for the room and you knew what joke to use right up front and you have the perfect set and you have perfect timing. So you keep watching this movie in your head and picking yourself apart. So by the end of the first one, hopefully you said to yourself, oh man, I'm dropping that one joke. Even in my own head, it didn't kill. So now you dropped a joke. Maybe as you watched yourself, you said to yourself, oh wow, in that one I should pretend like I have a cigarette and say, do this and that. So now because you were watching your own self visually, now you're adding things to it. And that is the point. You are gonna sit there in your bed and watch the entire 5 minutes over and over and keep critiquing it until you've done it 10 times. So what is that? That's gonna be at least an hour of your time to sit there on your bed with your eyes shut, watching the movie in your head and making it the best you possibly can. So meaning, at the end, when you do this one joke and all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, in my own head, when I was watching my best set, I kicked. I'm gonna add a kick to that joke because that's how I did it in my very best set. So now at the end of these 10, you stand up and you go to the mirror in your room and you do it in the mirror 10 times, or as many times as it takes, until you become the person of your dreams. Do you understand? This is a great trick. It's mind over matter. There is a person who used to be a comedy student of mine, and he entered into a contest that I also run, but I have nothing to do with the outcome. That's chosen by industry judges. But this person followed this to a T, and even though he was a newer comedian, and even though he was in a wheelchair, he came up to me after he won and said, Dante, I used your trick. And anyone who has done this right, oh wow, there's so many seagulls over my house right now. Anyone who has ever done this right tells me that it works. My wife and I were on a tour 10 years ago. She had only been doing comedy maybe 3 years or something like that at the time, and everybody else was a minimum of 10 years. And she felt like the oddball, and everyone killed one night, and she didn't have the best set. And we had a show in the next town. We were traveling as a big group, and she was very upset, I might have even been crying. And she was like, I feel so funny being on this tour. I'm out of place. And I was like, then go get a standing ovation tonight. She's like, I can't. I've never had one. I told her how to do this trick. We went to a big military base. She went on second. At the end of her set, she got a standing ovation for the first time in her career. The comic after her didn't get a standing ovation. They'd done it over 10 years. The one after didn't. The one after didn't. The one after didn't. I did. We got standing ovations because we perfected our act in our minds because we wanted a great show. Do you have to put that much energy in every night? It's up to you. I save it for contests. I save it for television. I save it for the big shows. Sometimes new bits, comedy specials, albums, things like that. But it's a great tip, you guys. Again, here's how it works. You just say your act 10 times. I just want to make sure you have it down so you know it without thinking. Then you watch it, that same 5 minutes, over and over, at least 10 times, till you perfect it. And then you get up and you become the person of your dreams. It's the best tip I can give you.